Hello and welcome everybody back to the rest of our birthday celebration here at the Niche Nation. Now, this is the segment and part that we are diving into just really understanding kind of those questions, those experiences, things that you wanted to share with us for kind of our final destination of this journey. How did you maybe have some awareness through today's celebration? Things that really just maybe you didn't know and would love to understand a bit more. So anything that is coming forward in it, we're going to open up our comment section, just giving people a little bit more time to dive on in and come on into the live stream for the finale of our birthday. It's crazy in all the best ways, knowing that we are a whole decade old today. With the excitement of the St. Patrick's Day and the Irish blessing, I know that there might be a hint of Irish in our family lineage, that there's always so much we don't realize what is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I think a lot of us sometimes get blindsided by what the rest of the world has in store instead of just really knowing that these are important times moving forward to set those intentions. Maybe your world is really trying to show you that your 9-to-5 job isn't where you're called to be. Maybe the work in your life is asking for something a bit different. Maybe that invention or program or idea or thought is really asking for you to get down to the root of it and start bringing it out to the world. It's hard sometimes to think about, what has been the downfalls in our life and thinking where we should have been and could have been. But maybe let's turn those layers where we sometimes hear it, our frowns from being upside down, into the joy and the smiles and the laughter, that our world really has so much more blessings than we can even sometimes imagine in our own worlds. But again, this is our time that if any of you have questions or thoughts or discoveries, to really come back and just maybe sit with what we've experienced so far all day, that now this really just gets to bring kind of that closure or that awareness moving forward. So just looking at our different comments, getting everybody kind of back into our feed here. We wanted to cut the previous one so everybody had a little bit of a fresh start on actually seeing what we were doing all day. If they weren't able to hop on during those different segments, you were able to actually watch for the past hour throughout the video and actually have the ability to see what we've been up to all day. And again, a huge reminder that if you're wanting to see what is transpiring for the giveaway tonight, you have to make sure that you like, share, tag, and give us a description why you think it's important for you to be a part of the giveaway and win a chance for the VIP package for the Rise Retreat on September 19th to 23rd this year for the fall equinox. Thought I was going to do better, but I'm not. Oh, my scratchy, itchy voice. that we're going to draw that today. That's happening at the end of our closing ceremony. So really knowing that those are going to be an opportunity for anybody who really has wanted to be a part of a retreat or an experience, that this is something that you get to have the option to win it for this year. The Rise Retreat happens here at the lodge, and so we're excited to see you all. If this doesn't turn out to be your lucky day for winning it, we want to give any of those who want to come and experience either the Blossom or the Rise Retreat or our Authors Retreat. We want to give you guys a little special bonus later on, but those are only for those that are going to be tuning in and staying on the live for all of us to partake in our celebrations. So, hi, Leslie. So happy to see you guys as well. Thanks for tuning in and diving in. So, if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer, please bring them forward. I would love to just spend this next little while just hearing from you. And if any of you have had sessions with me or never had a session with me yet, I would love to hear your questions, your thoughts, some feedback, different things that have been happening in your worlds. Just wanting to connect with all of you at this time. I spent the whole day chatting up a storm, so hopefully as you have time throughout your days to go back and listen to some of them. For all the members, what we're going to do is we're going to break down these videos and bring them out to you in a newsletter and have those a little bit easier access to listen and learn in. And as we know, social media is starting to delete a lot of these videos, so we're going to have to keep them archived somewhere else as well. What have been your favorite thoughts or memories or experiences throughout this journey? Have you ever been able to meet me in person? Thanks, Kelly. We really appreciate it. It has been one heck of a journey to witness your transformation and to meet your amazing family and to hold space for you guys being a part of claiming your own destinies. This is literally one of the best testimonies we've got here at the Niche Nation is Kelly and Kyle and Mr. Atlas on their journey, and really am proud to know that we were able to be a part of that walk and that journey for you guys to achieve some huge dreams. So thanks, guys. Amazing. Well, if anybody, knows that this is an open time frame, so I'll kind of fill it with little kibits and stuff, but we definitely want to just have you guys take the floor and love to just hear more of your stories or your thoughts or your questions throughout this time, as there's a lot of unpacking and details that we shared with all of you already earlier today. So for all those that didn't get the chance to see us and meet us throughout the day and you're just coming back from work, this is where we're excited to have that be a part of it and hear more from you. Amazing. So for all of those that maybe don't know, I have done hundreds of home parties, and a lot of you, that is where I did meet you at a house party. Um, One of the fondest memories I had was one that lasted till 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was because I was there. I think I started there at about 7. And by time I finished and more people kept coming and coming and coming, it was just so much fun that we didn't want to shut down the experience, and just it was so insightful and just exciting just to meet so many other people through one of those were the most intense house parties I've ever held space for. And this one that Leslie's talking about, we used to do readings or vision boards. So sometimes we would have short little group readings, and then we would work on vision boards together. So that was a lot of fun, a part of our journey um, in all of our time. So house parties were an exciting piece of the Niche Nation history and what we still love to do. So if there's anybody that ever really wants to bring up a group or come and have a sleepover with us here at the Rock Lake Earth Lodge, we'd love to still do those opportunities and offer those classes for sure. And thanks, Megs. I felt the same way. It was a soul sister that all of a sudden we bumped into each other and know that there's just so much journeying and purpose that we've got coming up here very soon in our world. So just because we haven't met each other physically doesn't mean that we're not going to have one heck of a time when we see each other. So yeah, there's always a lot of dancing and excitement out here at our functions that we host. So it's so much fun to just see just everybody kind of sometimes just expanding and getting out of their comfort zones and knowing where they really want to belong and enjoy. So that's been something I've really have um been so blessed with, just witnessing so many of your guys' transformations throughout the years, um, that really have just sparked you from who you were from the start to where you are today is just night and day. And it was interesting. We were having some conversations on our membership, and some of our veterans have been here for a couple of years or a few years or from the beginning. And they were talking in a way that I was laughing, and I said, "Do you think that version of that statement would have ever been said out of your mouth a few years ago, a few months ago, a few decades ago?" And we just all giggled and laughed and said, "It's amazing when you start to do the work, um, really digging into it. It just does make such a beautiful expansion in our world." So that's where I'm very thankful to having so many of you be a part of it and trusting us with the process. Again, any of you that are popping in and just seeing all of this for right now, we're in the Q&A portion of our day. So any questions, thoughts, testimonies, discoveries, ahas throughout the process, if you've met me or never met me, please just share it in the comments. And remember, we're needing more entries if anybody wants to enter in to win for their chance to experience a in-person retreat here with us at the Niche Nation and Rock Lake Earth Lodge for the Rise retreat. So tag your friends and make sure you share with us why it's important for you to be the one that's lucky to win. Now, another fond memory that I had with our journeys throughout it, I knew that I had to facilitate a retreat at Cameron Lake, and I booked a horse retreat for myself to go and ride into the mountains of the Yukon and just bask in the nature and just disconnect for a while. And that journey is a 15-hour journey from where I was living at the time to where I got to the camp for the horses. And I got there, and just the whole trip up, I didn't realize how much no cell service or radio stations there would be. And so thank God I had a good stash of CDs in my pumpkin at that time. And I can tell you I had all the CDs that I had in that cubbyhole. I had them viewed and reverbed and knew exactly what each song and lyric was, just like it back in the day when we would be working on the equipment and just in our AM or FM radios and learning all the songs by heart again. And it was just such a freeing, kind of exciting trip. And getting up to go to Liard Hot Springs and just basking in what I feel one of the best hot springs in my travels so far, that I really enjoyed those journeys. And then witnessing so much of what nature changes throughout our regions and our areas. It was such a wonderful trip to just really kind of take time away from myself. And then coming back, I literally drove straight from the the outfitters horse trip and all the way down to Cameron Lake, all in a straight shot, because I was going to be facilitating the next day. So woke up and had a little cat nap at one place on the bridge right before Hudson's Hope there, and then got to the retreat and had an amazing soul revival retreat with a huge group of ladies out there that was put on, and it was phenomenal. One of my top memories I enjoyed for sure. Any other Q&As or people wanting to share their thoughts or their experiences, or maybe why you haven't done a reading yet, or things that you'd love to know about my world or my existence, things that I've learned throughout the journey? Love to share. Any of you who maybe have thought about attending, or what are things that you've been thinking or realizing, if you've had readings or experiences in the past, what was impactful about them? And we're keeping a lot of these comments and stuff, we're keeping them in our jar here, our cup, filling up our cup and having them as little time capsules. And remember, today we're really setting that intention that if you are able to write yourself a letter or an experience of what you want to share, your dreams, your hopes, and wishes you would love to achieve in the next decade, what would you like to do with that? Setting some big notions in motion, as we like to say. Hello, all those that are on the live. If you have any questions or thoughts, would love to hear anything that you're thinking of, or what got me into a certain theme or an idea, or why do we do things a certain way. Would love to hear what your questions are. I'm so thankful everybody who's leaving experiences and happy faces and joys. We've got quite a few private messages saying like, "Holy cow, this is so cool." Um, we didn't think that this was going to be something um, that we would have seen or witnessed from you. Just knowing that this has been so long, where's the time flown? It's been crazy just to realize how much time we do have just spinning around back and forth. Another question that just came through here privately was what made you know that your gifts were real and not fake? Um that was a lot of trial and error on my trust with my intuition and my faith. Um after I had some very significant loved ones who have passed, I really realized that we sometimes just look for things to maybe make us feel better, and when I started to research what grief was about and how do we do the best to, heal a wounded heart after we're losing somebody so important, and what are the impacts of loss, and I just knew that there was things within me that I was just good at knowing. I didn't know how to explain it or how to express it, and it was really hard for me to just kind of navigate what that felt for a long time. And so, knowing that I had a wax reading when I was a kid, because back in the day, it's what parents used to do for kids that were struggling with nightmares or um, fears or couldn't sleep. And so, I had some pretty bad nightmares when I was 5 years old. And my mom took me for a wax reading to the um, Baba in Mandar, and that's a Ukrainian practice, and it was something that kind of was done in its own chanting little things. Wax was poured over your head in a bowl or a pot, and my mom said she just saw a bat. Like it was just like there was nothing there, and all of a sudden, just a shadow of a bat was released. So I always said I was Batman when I was younger, and that really just like made me realize that, well, how could that be possible? And then going through grief and loss, I started to know that my gifts were starting to just come back deeper and deeper and stronger until it was to a point that sometimes people say that they just feel crazy because they feel like there's voices, there's feelings, there's knowings. And yes, there was parts of that, but it was just like the way that I can express it the best is you knew that there was a purpose, a reason for you to start knowing that there's so much more to this discovery or this choice or this conversation. And so when I started to trust it, I never took any official mediumship courses or lessons because it was just within. It was just something that I knew that was there. And I would say things just gently, but when I would have random strangers saying like, well, how did you know what my dad was wearing, or how did you know that this is what they said, or you are just like literally being the mannerisms of what my past loved ones were like. And so when I started to trust how that came forward, I was in Valley View doing readings at Darlene's shop, and it was this um little girl that came forward, and I could still picture the dress. It was kind of like those 90s pink and teal and colored kind of dresses, and uh her mom I was doing a reading for, and she stated that she had past loved ones, but that was it. And I said, I'm so sorry for your loss about your daughter. And I said there was nothing you could do. And um I said all I saw was the crow panels falling on top of her, and she was gone instantly. And I expressed something else, and she just looked at me and she says, there's no way that you would ever know that this is what would have happened. And her and I just started both crying, and I gave her the messages from her little girl. And at that point, I just knew that this was here to stay. Um, my gifts were opened, I acknowledged them, and I started to just really dive in deeper to trusting what were the messages. Even if I sounded fucking batshit crazy on a theory or a topic or an idea, um, people sometimes were just shocked that that's how much of the detail and awareness that this was. And I just trusted the process and just trusted how to flow with it. And I I said that I needed time and space just to kind of process when that full awakening of my gifts were back. Um, and when I realized that, that was a holy shit moment, knowing that this was like a Teresa Caputo, um, a layer, that knowing this is a gift. But I always said that I was never going to be a person that just walks up to you randomly and throws it as a party trick. This was about respecting what was the journey and the calling of it. And that's what I hold that dear to my heart, because I don't think that this is something to play around with or joke around with. It's something that if somebody really needs a message and that's being called to, then that's a different story versus it just being something that I just meet random people. So a lot of people sometimes test me and they'll go, um, so can you see anybody around me? And I was like, there's people all around us 24/7. So I'm like, yes, but at the same token, I would like to respect the reading or the process versus it just being something that's just kind of thrown as a party trick kind of thing. So that's just the way that I perceive it. I work with it. I ask that if it's in the highest good to send the message or be a part of that person's journey at that time, and I just ask if they're ready. So that's when I know what is available and when not to. So many moons later, I was then put in touch with a babka, who was one of the last of the wax readers I know and have seen and heard from. And she had said that she's turned away many, many people. Uh, and that I was the first one that she said was the chosen. And I was ordained and blessed with the teachings of being a wax reader. That will be, uh, I want to say, 4 or 5 years ago now. So that's a very sentimental and sacred, all the other teaching and work that I do. And like I said, there's so many of these cultural practices that are very dear and near to my heart that it's very important that no matter the work we do at the Niche Nation, um, it's all at divine time when somebody's ready for ceremony when they work with me. So it's just really sacred that we give you these opportunities to witness this, because that's kind of the gift that we get to give back to you. So that's something that we really, really nurture deeply here at the nation. So that was a bit of what happens when you're feeling those thoughts and those intrusive feelings about your experience. Anybody else who has any questions or thoughts, things that they'd like to discover here at the Niche Nation? Thanks again for all of you being a part of this journey so far. It's been so much fun today. I know I probably sound not like the best in all your ear holes and lives right now, but that's where I'm just thankful you guys have stuck it out with us for most of the day. I have more people getting very excited about the draw, so definitely be a part of that. Hello, Happy on Main. So thankful to have you guys here too. It's been one heck of a journey. And for all those that don't know, I'm going to be again at the Crossroads Expo. That's going to be at the curling rink in Dawson Creek, BC. And that's the last weekend of May is when we're going to be there. So huge shout out to Happy on Main. They were some of the initial beginning milestones of the Shanice's Niches journey. So again, thank you guys. Another person, how do you handle this is a good one. How do you handle living with your gift and having a husband? I can only imagine his pain. It is a true story. Not a lot of things get past me in our household. So it was funny. My girlfriend, we were talking about our relationship and the journey, and we were out skating one day, and she said to Brody when we were just still dating that good luck if you're ever gonna have a proposal be hidden behind Shanice's back, because your girlfriend's psychic. And so the running joke was we never truly got officially engaged. It was a promise on a lakefront with a bouquet of wildflowers, and we did it our non-traditional way. So it was such a joy of knowing that we have boundaries in our household with each other's gifts. So we just know that we're human and we do the best that we can. So yes, thank you so much for submitting that. Can't wait to be out there for a huge new expansion of the Crossroads Expo. Another fun trade show story, since we're on the trade show topic here. A lot of people don't realize what it takes to do readings and tour and do it all in a public setting. And a lot of people always were worried about, like, oh, is my energy gonna be distracted by other things in a room or place? And that was I would say a little bit of a superpower of mine. It was no matter the place, the state, or the experience, that when it was chimed in and locked in to offer you your messages, it's really hard for me to get too distracted on anything else. So it just kind of melts away the world, and we just get to give you the messages and the channeling that is meant to be. So it's not hard for me, but a lot of people who haven't been a part of expos or experiences, it takes a little bit to maybe ground your booth or prepare your reading station, or just have kindness between the different vendors that are in shows. And like I said, I've been at ones that are fully blowing all readers and channelers and intuitives in a whole huge space or stadium, to things that have been farmers markets or just random trade shows or expos on its own. So my best tip for you, if anybody was ever looking at that marketing aspect of it, just be you. Know that the price is what the price is for you and what you bring to the table, and just really connecting with people. Maybe it's not that you're doing readings right off the hop, that they connect with you after. So just really knowing what are your boundaries and what makes you feel the best in that experience is crucial. So that was a little tidbit of the trade show tips for sure. I had another person message this too. They said, do you ever get scared of your own power? Yes, there are times where the messages and the channelings are just so deep and real that it is sometimes nerve-wracking knowing that this is what has been a part of it. I think the best way I can express it is that my best friend was on a boating trip, and I had his soul come to see me as soon as he passed away. And I just thought that that was just maybe something else, I guess, in a way, not wanting to believe that that was him being gone. And when I got the phone call that he did pass, I just remember seeing him there the next night, uh, just sitting or standing at the door, and just me in disbelief that he was gone. A lot of people say, how quickly do we get to see past loved ones? Can you channel them if they passed away a day before or so? I always tell people, I will tell you the honest truth. If they're ready to communicate, great. And if not, then I just tell you that it's just not time yet. Um, Souls are very different when they pass, so it's sometimes a mixture on, sometimes people are ready because they were feel called to their journey home, and some other ones are a little bit maybe in disbelief or just disarray. They're just organizing how they are processing from the meat suit to their energy and their soul. So sometimes they just ask for some space, and they let us know that very deeply and quickly if it's a very recent passing. So that's something that we just let you know. And I'm very honest in my reading. So if there's something that there is more to share, I will tell you until I feel the messages are complete. And if there's nothing to share, I will be honest with what they're just processing at this time. So thank you for that. Any other questions, thoughts, experiences, or things that you would like to ask? Please give them a shout here on the chat or send them private. It's been so fun to just witness this and experience all of your guys' curiosity and your excitement and your blessings. It's such a I feel an achievement that I've created such a wonderful network of all of you in my world. So I'm just very thankful that this got to be a part of our journey today. On a manic Monday, right now our view was sunny and blue skies. Now all of a sudden, complete snow and a bit of rain and mixture of that mixture of the old spring weather. Love you too. Thank you so much for being here. It's been such a great experience to witness your guys' transformation and journey as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. A lot of people said, "Oh, are you gonna ever not do this?" I don't think so. I forecast there's a lot of longevity of the Niche Nation, that we're not going anywheres, because I was really hesitant to not do it, but I feel that there's that there's no turning back at this point. I really am excited that there's many years to come for the Niche Nation. So thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in for most of the day. I know it's hard for a lot of people to come back and forth, but any tidbits and experiences you've been able to listen to, I'm so glad that it's caught your ears or your eyes for the journey. And thank you. It's been so exciting to have mutual passion and connection with you as well. So many great memories yet to come. So, like I said, if people think I'm not going to be around for a while, I've got too many new faces and old faces that we've got a lot of beautiful stuff to keep co-creating with. So, I don't think we're retiring anytime soon. I one of my oh shit moments was my hubby and we were down in Regina, and we had come to this trade show that was outside on a football field, and we decided that leaving our tent, and I say we, aka I, decided that leaving the tent was a good idea. Supposedly, theft or the wind was really intense for that night, and we came back and there was no tent. So there was a $300 tent that was gone. And I remember just looking around, wondering what we are going to do because it was a super hot summer day the day before, and again, another day predicted. So we got tucked into one of the building corners and were able to still do the work that we needed to do for the day. But yeah, definitely pack your shit up, and no matter how tired or exhausted you are at the end of the day, it's important to keep your things all in order, because if not, it's another hefty bill for you. Speeding tickets, obviously, with traveling all the time, I've had a couple of those throughout the journey, just knowing that there was a place I needed to get to before they wanted me to. So take your time, take your patience. Another funny tour story was about hotels, thinking you checked into one certain type of hotel. Big shout out to Killam. That there's not many hotels out there, so most of the places I would tour to maybe have a hotel or two or a few in the area, but Killam was such a unique opportunity that the Wagon Wheel was definitely a cute little hotel motel that I would stay at. But yeah, it's always fun to do these rural route tours that when you'd get to some of these communities, it was still caught back in the old days. But the Killam one was always clean and very lovely people, so it was easy to work with. But I remember I was doing a tour and it was minus 52. I was reading on a vehicle that's as cold as it was. Worst weather I ever had was up in Medicine Hat. I woke up in the middle of the night and I just said, I feel like I have to go. And Dawn and the family just came back and she said, why? And I said, I don't know. I just feel like I got to go. And it was still at this time that it was kind of like a fall thing. So snow and weather didn't shift too badly yet. But until that day, and that was the snowstorm that shut down the Calgary airport, the highways, everything along from Lethbridge to Calgary to Medicine Hat and on. It took me. Usually, I can get back to. I was going back to my mom's place at that time, so it was within an hour, like 5 hours or so, that I usually could get back to, and I did not get back until 10 o'clock that morning. And I was like just shot with adrenaline and everything because I was with summer tires still. And the snow, I was pushing snow on the bumper on the highway all the way up by the Sulphur Range and up that way. It was crazy. So there was a lot of holy shit moments and Jesus take the wheel kind of thoughts on some of those trips. But I literally have traveled in all weather throughout my tours, anytime, any days. So yeah, tour days were always a lot of fun back in the day. And hopefully be able to come and do some tours again. But now with us having a facility, there's a lot to do here and keep up. So we always recommend and have an open door policy that just let us know. And we'd love to have you guys come on out and experience the lodge as well. Thanks for these great questions, everybody. Any other people on now chiming in? I know we've got a lot more people coming in. If you have any thoughts or testimonies, questions you'd love me to answer, any thoughts or experiences you'd like to ask or share. Yeah, that was a holy shit storm definitely down south there. It was glad I listened to my intuition because yes, I could have waited, but then that would have delayed me some pretty severe times for my next tour. So that's why I had to get out of Dodge for that time. Thank you so much. You guys have been a huge part of our journey, and thank you again for all the love and the support, and being auntie to Miss Aurora, and her saying, "Is Auntie Ohm coming?" It's been interesting that kids have been a huge part of the Niche Nation and Shanice's niches throughout the years. So Auntie Juge has been a nickname that I've received throughout the years. Auntie Niche. A new one that's been transpiring lately has been Trauma Mama, that I've been helping people with their trauma, and really appreciate just the love. And everybody always laughs with my name because they're always thinking that it's hard to spell or hard to say. So I don't ever take offense to when people are trying to either beforehand was spell Shanice's niches and all that. So thank you so much. We adore her equally, you guys. Thank you for being a part of our journey. So yeah, spelling, email transfers, all that kind of fun stuff has always been a journey. So when we decided that it was time to rebrand and niche up, I guess, um, we wanted to make everything as spelling friendly as we possibly could. So that was a request and an ask through the husband and banking. Somebody asked here privately, did you know you were going to get married to your husband? No, that was a shell shocker. I remember us going, I was on tour and I was meeting up with him after we've spent many years apart after college. And my girlfriend said, don't fall in love with him. And I just laughed at her like hysterically and be like, yeah, nice try. So yeah, he was an intuition that I didn't see coming. So in all the best ways, we were two peas in a pod. Without his technical guru-ness, we would not have any of this happening the way that you see these things, and vice versa. He wouldn't be the people's person, and knowing how to be in those public eyes the way that he appreciates me teaching him some of those in-person experiences. So I think we trade and experience and make the best version of each other. So thanks for that. And if anybody has any testimonies or stories that they would love to share about their journey or the first time meeting me, would love to hear that. Or if you've never met me yet or have only been tagged in things and haven't seen me come in that area, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear all your feedback throughout this journey. Another one came in privately. um, they said, how did you deal with being single and knowing what people think of you as soon as you meet them? Um, that was interesting. You had to respect that that person might not know that you're gifted right off the hop. I was getting better at at the end of it to being very honest with people right off the hop of what I do and who I am. And obviously it's important that um there was one example that I went on a date and felt a mom present, And I realized that that was his mom later on, because I don't like tapping into people's spaces when we're just visiting and meeting like that. But yeah, she was trying very hard for us to be together because she thought that would be something very special. So that was something a little bit hard to definitely to just know that there was ulterior motives from the loved ones above. But at the end of the day, I think everybody has their special person in this world, and that was important. So yeah, I really appreciate any of those advice and those experiences that you ever need when you're dealing with that journey of your intuition and your gifts. Absolutely, be honest and open with those for sure. Absolutely, Heather. Yes. Beaver Lodge was the inaugural start of Shanice's Niches. So it holds a very special place in my heart when I get to come back into the area. So good. Yeah, and if anybody had readings, I guess, like what was your aha or your favorite part or the holy shit moment, if any of you have those, love to hear those stories as well. Again, this is just kind of walking down memory lane throughout this time, and just very thankful for meeting so many of you amazing souls throughout this journey. Somebody else just asked, what was your toughest lesson so far through your work? Um, I guess the biggest thing I can share to that is not everybody's going to understand you until sometimes it's a bit far gone or a bit past the point of, I don't want to say no return, but um I think just the inconsiderateness and the meanness, I think sometimes that comes out of fear from people. That hurts. I have just a really big heart, and I'm very passionate about what I do and what I bring to the people around me and in my world. So it's something that I've struggled with, because you want to see the best for everybody, but when people choose not to um see that path or see that pattern in themselves, and they just keep perpetuating that, and just having to know what your boundaries are. Boundaries have been, I think, one of the biggest things too, and the toughest things to just really set in motion, because I never want to hurt somebody, but it's also knowing that I have to take care of me too. And that has been since being a recovering people pleaser my entire existence. That's, I think, sometimes really hard for a lot of us to just really know when is enough, and those lessons and those experiences. And at the end of the day, it's amazing the closure and the life you get to understand and have after that, but there is time to grieve and process it too. So it's not just a quick fix when you're dealing with things like that. So thanks for a great question. That definitely is the toughest part with my job. Yeah, and I guess that just kind of sparks one other thing. Like when I do sessions, some people are like, how do you deal when you hear so many people who either were killed or in an accident or left this earth early or committed suicide or had a drug overdose? Like, how do you deal with that kind of grief and that trauma? And what I like to do is I like to hold the space and be in that moment with that person at that time, and really knowing that I did the best that I could to bring them the closure, the awareness, the purpose, the message that really is needed for their hearts. And I think that really um, makes it a bit easier. I think sometimes on the tough readings, there's there's definitely some that I just have to take a pause and understand that's a lot for a human being to hold on their journey that way. And I just want to make sure that I'm there for more of the people that journey through something like that, for sure. Yeah, dear Adrian has been a part of this journey for many moons with us as well. And um mm, yeah, I think sometimes when I work through the mediation part of the readings or the purpose that way, and when enough is enough, it's never my favorite part to see that something has to break apart um right at that moment, because I think a lot of people just struggle knowing, are they making the right decision. And at the end of the day, I always say that you have full autonomy, you can stay in the situations, but seeing what you guys both did, the work, you and your ex, to have the relationship and the life that you guys have now, um and what you've created after that, I think is just such a huge um gift and a blessing after it, because um having the abilities to know that you guys have done a lot of work on yourselves and what you've gained throughout this time now has just been amazing to witness and watch that. So um you guys are one of my favorite divorce mediation testimonies that I'm very proud of, that you guys have done the work to do the best that you guys did at the time of your relationship, and then helped be mutual and work out the things that needed to be worked out, and have a best life version for each of your own. So that's amazing. And now that there's a little baby Jax in the world, and very proud to have him a part of this world because of the I Promise retreat and working on that inner child work that you guys did. So, so amazing. Thank you for sharing. Somebody just messaged in from private. How do you deal with the struggle on your gifts that you said you received from elders, and knowing your identity with culture, never wanting to hurt or harm anybody? I'm struggling with that on my in my space. So this is something that one of my elders said, was that we are here in the respect of all brothers and all sisters. And so the teachings of the different medicine wheels around the world were compasses that each culture and each practice had in their own tone or terms, but that we were all meant to come back together as a nation to work with what was the root and the experience of love or belief or truth. And I really had to just know that I do what I've been able to be blessed or taught and guided with what is meant to be a part of that journey. But I don't overstep and say I've done this and I've done that. I walk it and I talk it. I know what my protocols and my ceremony and the things I've been a part of in that. I feel that if there's people or medicines or elders that are testing in a negative and harmful way, that's truly not what the medicine is there for. That true teachers and guides are there in support. Yes, they might have a little bit of giving you enough leash to hang yourself on some of the experiences and the drills, I guess, but there still has to be kindness and balance and humbleness behind what they're trying to achieve. So if you're struggling to see that either in your own culture or your own community, or you're seeing that either in different breathworks or yogas or sound bowls or circles or sweats or visions or plant medicine ceremonies, just really understand what is the intention of the facilitator and the instructors. Because if you're seeing kind of those false and red flags at those times, we're all human. We're all dealing with our own journeys and our own trauma and our own experiences. That's why we get into this line of work. I don't want to eat from a chef that doesn't eat their own cooking. I always say that. But understanding like when is it in a harmful state and when is it in a good and healthy environment is something that's important, that I just really hold true to. This is what was honored and asked and blessed, and I just trust why I'm the messenger or the truth holder or the wisdom keeper for certain things at that time, and I'm always open to learning. So that's why I don't express myself as a master, a guru. I don't believe in those titles. I believe that when you are ready to complete this earth walk and you pass away, that's when we get to graduate and master what this life was for us. I feel like we're students until the day we die. So that's my philosophy on that. Thanks for sharing. Any other questions, thoughts, or ideas, experiences, testimonies, and journeys throughout this? Love to hear from you guys. This other person was asking, what are your routines to just decompress from heavy days? So either the moon is affecting you or there's a reading or something. That what do you do to decompress? So bath is a huge element in our household. Bathing and breath work is big. Smudge is constantly at arm's kind of reach, that we just work on cleansing and clearing. Doing ceremonies and offerings is a huge part of it. And just really witnessing what I need at that moment in time. So for me, sometimes sleep is really important because I do a lot of work in my dreaming realm and in the astral that way. I also really just being out in nature, hydration, proper food. Those things are really important. Obviously, a lot of people always are concerned that, oh, well, you're a bigger person. Do you take on a lot of people's energy? Um, there's ways that we ground and protect. Um, that is important. So everybody should know what their bodies can handle and what they can't. But knowing that those are certain things that for sure baths and water and cleansing and just proper maintaining of myself isn't really crucial. And then just in tours, it was really good because driving was something that was really important to help cleanse, crank the music, or have a couple conversations with friends throughout it. So that's really important. And then just knowing how do you connect with friends and family after is just knowing that boundary of like when you're really available to be in communication or functions with people or not. So thanks. That was a good question too. Yeah, and thank you for that, Hillary. She's also an alumni and veteran in this line of work as well. That all of the different retreats. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna catch your other retreat," and that's totally fair and fine. What I just hesitate with people is that we don't repeat or do anything the same each of these years. Yes, it might be titled the Rise or the Blossom, but we don't do anything the same twice. So that's just something that I really tailor and respect. Um, our process and what gets channeled. So every year is unique and different. So when people ask for itineraries, it's one of my not necessarily pet peeves, but it's just something that we're not here to plan and itinerary everything. It's just for you to experience, and if you feel called to journey to one of our workshops or events, yes, we have some scheduling for all of our A-type and analytical experiencers, but we still just like to give it an opportunity for giving you the space that your body might need something completely different than what your mind is trying to tell you that you need. So that's really crucial that we keep that duration and flow and topics very different for every retreat, workshop, and experience. So very thankful you've got to be a true testament, Hillary, of all the different ones that we've witnessed. Amazing. So good to hear that that's equally what's important for you too. Thanks, Leslie. Amazing. So good to have you guys putting your inputs and your thoughts into this. It's so much fun just hearing and connecting with all you guys. I know it's been maybe a long time since we've been able to chit chat and toss around some conversations and just hear where you guys are all at lately and ask me any questions. I know I've been some people have said I've been MIA in missing in action with retreats or tours or different things that I used to maybe do or be. But at the end of the day, these are things that we feel really called to offering because a lot of our work now is being here at the lodge and offering the different practices and the work that we have here. And um, I was hoping that I was going to give you guys an office tour today, but we have so much snow that I have not been able to finally unpack the last bits of my offices that I've had. I've had 5 different offices throughout the journeys and haven't been able to fully unpack it all yet. So now that the snow is back, we're a little bit on the procrastination of it. So yes, once I get the office all rocked and rumbled for you guys to do a grand old tour, would love to have another live to showcase what kind of office we have right on site here at Rock Lake Earth Lodge. How did you guys enjoy the commercials? Have any of you witnessed or seen the new commercials we had? What are your thoughts? We are going to be on a global grief conference here at the end of April, and they asked us to make some videos and commercials. So those were some of the things that Brody and I whipped up, and love to hear you guys' feedback on them. I'll play the Rock Lake one. What if you could hit reset? A place that actually feels
like home. Because here you can finally breathe. At Rock Lake Earth Lodge, we let nature do the work. No pressure, no distractions, just space to process, to heal, to find your way back to you. Because life doesn't come with a manual. And healing doesn't have to be complicated. When you are ready to reset, we'll be here.
So that is our Rock Lake Earth Lodge commercial that we wanted to showcase a little bit of what we have literally in our back door here. And we are nestled just north of Hinton, Alberta. Just a short drive that really is so breathtaking to just really see what is out there. And I'm thankful that you really loved them, Adrian. Thank you. Yeah, and this is also an opportunity that, we do family reunions, sacred weddings. We do tons of field trips and other getaways. Maybe you want a girls' weekend away, a stagette, a birthday celebration, a life celebration for those that are no longer with us, and wanting to be celebrated and in memory of their journey in a different way. So we offer a lot of different experiences here. And also for anybody who is just really needing a heal and stay opportunity, these are things that we offer here at the Rock Lake Earth Lodge. Sessions and experiences as people have noticed, might sometimes see it a little different. Sometimes it's a mixture of Brody and I in sessions. Sometimes it's where I just help you see that this is where these are maybe different tools to work with. And like we shared on today's video about our website tour that Brody did while I could have a little break today, that we have an experience called the Compass Call, and that's something that's really important for us to help just give you guys some compassionate listening. And those compassion calls are for those that are just wanting somebody to listen. And if you're open to it, we have different experiences to offer, and love to show you what are tools that are available here at the Niche Nation. But again, I know that everybody's working with all different varieties of budget or ideas or purposes or life journeys at this time. So we really want to just give a few different opportunities available and give you kind of those next chapters for you to see that things don't have to stay the same. So okay, anybody else wanting to share any stories, messages, questions, or thoughts before we just take a little bit of a break here? And then we're going to dive on into our journey with the draw and closing statements. So again, any of you who have not, we need you to share, post, like, tag, and also state why do you feel it's important for you to win the draw for the Rise Retreat this September. It's a $1,111 gift that we're giving you a VIP package for. So that is our birthday giveaway for today. And for all of those that didn't hear it earlier, that we have our guidance deck that's going to be coming out this year. We're going to be having the book come out this year, collaborations with the Niche Nation Creation. So we do music, poetry, publishing, videography, and different things to help capture your emotion and your story. We also are going to be hosting some debriefing and healing workshops. We have some first responders, vet programs, kids camps, all kinds of fun, amazing things coming up to you guys here. So between the Niche Nation and Rock Lake Earth Lodge, these are the two places to definitely keep your eyes open to seeing what we do offer here in all of our work. So love to hear any other questions, thoughts, stories, emotions, testimonies, and theories, and love to hear anything that you'd like before we just take a little break. And then at 9 p.m., we're going to get ready to dive into our ending ceremony and our big draw. And I'm going to be getting all of those names, and it's only the people who have put in the work to get their tags, their likes, their shares on top of that. So that's the only way we can have it happen, y'all. And I'm going to be inputting all of your names into the spinner. So this is the luck of the Irish for all of you today. And it's only going to be those that have done the tagging, the liking, the sharing, in a chance to have you win a free spot in our Rise retreat. We know we've got some lucky people here that have done the work. To get their names in this next little while. And as I'm typing in the people that have done this, we'll keep it open for anybody who would like to have their chance to dance. This is going to be a lot of fun, this Rise. This Rise is going to be about the home journey. And excited to share with all of you what is that journey going to look like for your home. Sorry, I probably look like a little stunned looking up all the names and the people who have done a great job so far. And remember, we're not going to draw this until we know it is the last second of getting all of your names and people tagged and the reasons why you want to be a part of this Rise retreat. I'm so excited that there's a lot of big chances to win. Amazing. We've got people getting it done. So good. And all of those that will be on replay, we'll check back and see if you've had any thoughts or your ideas or processing that. We'll definitely keep you guys in the loop to know what you guys are going to be able to see. We got a lot of luck of the Irish, so everybody get your green on. Start putting those intentions, burning your intentions, setting some offerings, because in half an hour, we're going to be wrapping this bad boy up and calling it a good old done like dinner. So you've got a little bit of time to just really set those intentions. I always put big, big, big blessings to those that are doing the work to know that this is what they need. If I could, I would be giving these retreats and these experiences to free all the time. Yeah, I would really. Oh, amazing. Great to hear, Heather. Very, very cool. Yeah, that is one of the retreats that I really did enjoy. We did a death retreat, and that one was very special, helping people move through grief of lost loved ones and just death of old habits and programs. So, we really thank each and every one of you for, knowing that this is something that you guys came into this platform and trusting what we needed to get done. On just such a different expansion on your gifts, your messages, and your beliefs. So it's really, really exciting to see. 100%. Yeah, and I would like to also state that if any of you are not followers on the Niche Nation, please make sure that you do get yourselves signed up and logged in there, because it's important that we don't want to miss having you a part of this. These networks and these informations. We're hoping to possibly be going out on tour, so if you feel like your area needs us to come and see you guys, please let us know. We can only come and view you guys if if you guys have some people and experiences that you want to have. Would love to know that this is what you guys need in the area. It looks like you guys are going to be pretty lucky. We got only a good handful of people who chimed on in here. And I'm going to let the wheel do its thing, because I don't want anybody thinking they're getting the unlucky flip of the coin. And again, if any of you are wanting to have some home parties or experiences or things like that, definitely let us know. We would love to do some tours. Obviously, there's only so much time we are going to have left for this year. I've got some pretty big trainings that are coming up here. And we know that this is something exciting to have others know that we can do some of these fun things with you guys if we are available to come on that road trip, for sure. Okay, well, I think I've got the full gamut so far of all the people who have tagged, liked, and shared. And remember, I'm checking it twice, finding out who has liked and shared and done all these things. All right. I think we've got the people that we did. Yeah, we do have a mailing list. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending each of you guys a private message from us, just so that we have more intel and ideas and thoughts that we have maybe missed out, or maybe you haven't been able to see a lot of this stuff happening. Again, for anybody who is interested, we are doing our Blossom retreat here on the Ucluelet Tofino of Vancouver Island here on April the if you're driving with us, have to be here at the lodge on April the 9th or early morning 10th. And then if not, you can fly into Vancouver or Nanaimo. And then that is on the 10th or the 11th. And then we drop you off on the 14th and we drive back on the 14th, 15th. So yeah, we'd love to have everybody knowing what is happening. So if that is something you're interested, we only have a couple more spots left. So we would love for any of you who are interested. We have payment plans with any of our events. So if there's things that you want to enjoy for the whole entire year, we just put you on a monthly payment plan that you feel comfortable with and that can achieve the goals of paying off your experiences. And it's easy. It's super non conflict of interest when you get to finally start choosing the things you want to invest. So if this is something important, definitely hit us up and love to hear what you can come and partake in some of our adventures. Okay. All right, everybody. So, is there any other questions or thoughts or things that you would love to navigate, share, or discover? Because in half an hour, all of this is going to be starting to wrap up, and we are going to be doing a big old live and share with who we have. So, love to hear what any of you are. There's only a handful of people that have fully done the review, the sharing, the tagging, the liking, and the why of your mission. So it's really good chances for any of you who have chimed in to do the work for the giveaway today. So very excited for the whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who have already done that. So that's $1,000 experience that a lot of you might be missing out on if you haven't done the share and tag and follow. It's all on my Facebook page. It's a happy birthday poster. So yeah, definitely chime in there and go figure it out. Okay, folks. So I'll keep allowing any questions or things to flow here, but if there are things that you wanted to share or expand, I'll keep watching the comments here. But for now, we'll just let you check out what are our different workshops and experiences. If you're a Niche Nation member on the Guidance Plus, all of these workshops are going to be coming to you very soon. I've been recording and downloading all of them. So just watch as they flip through here that these are all the different topics we're going to be touching on. So these are really powerful segments and experiences. So don't just hop off, just watch them and enjoy. We'll be back here at 9 p.m. I just want to give people a little bit more time for whoever wanted to dive in for their giveaways. That this is one heck of a winning for somebody. It's a 1 in 8 chance so far. So the odds are with you, not against you, people. All right, we'll catch you very, very soon. Hello, everybody. Again, we're just going to give that little time for everybody to come and dive on in for a chance to win a free ticket for the Rise Retreat this year. It is September 19th to the 23rd. It's $1,111 giveaway bonus and experience. So again, do not miss out. We are doing this draw here after closing ceremony to really bring in that blessing and that gratitude for everybody who has been a part of that. Literally, it's not many people who are able who haven't done the full detail of getting your name entered in for this draw. So it's a 1 in 8 chance to win this opportunity. So definitely do not miss out on what we can bring up. Some major luck in your life. So many people said that they've always wanted the chance to witness this. I know that sometimes the old social media is a bit stubborn and hard to keep everybody updated. So we're just hoping that all of those who have been getting through it and making it happen, that we're definitely getting that lined up for any of you who might have missed it or just hopping into these lives now. I'll be kind of back and forth on the social media end of messaging and connecting and posting and getting everybody rocking and rumbling on what we're going to give away. Again, and this is the Q&A section, so anybody who has any thoughts, questions, testimonies, things like that, I know this is like building like tension in the air, but definitely something really important for us to just excited on what we're going to be bringing forward in this next chapter of another decade with the Niche Nation. A lot of you have journeyed and witnessed us as Shanice's Niches, and we're very thankful. We just give huge gratitude to that journey of Shanice's Niches. I would not be where I am without that call and that purpose and that holy shit mission. Sometimes we feel that we don't know what the heck we're doing, for what reason, why. And just knowing that I would not change it for the world. It was really impactful to go through those rock bottoms, those hard lessons, and those journeys. I choose not to revisit them as frequently or as often or ever, hopefully through the process. But if we always need a good little recalibration, I guess that's what's in store for us. But at the end of the day, I know that everything that happens in our world is for the highest good. So trusting that if I can be the best role model out to the world, showcasing that these are things that we do here, I hope that that just really brings a little bit more peace and ease into your worlds to maybe start believing in your own calling and your own destinies a bit more. So we're more than just a self-help center. Like I said, we do a lot more now here at the Niche Nation than what maybe we advertised or showcased or kind of broadcasted to all of you. Hopefully today really gave you a bigger awareness and clarity to what we do. Another thing that we hope to see in the next 10 years here at the Niche Nation is a section of homeschooling options. We definitely want to help out those who have entrepreneur businesses and experiences that we work with. And just, yeah, like I said, it's a lot of the next chapter in your life. We don't want it just to be a reading and then it's just a one and done kind of thing. We want to have you know that there's support throughout this transformation journey. Again, we'll be launching some of our podcasts also here shortly on our YouTube channel. Members get first access to all of the YouTube stuff. So members have the access to our YouTube. So if you're not a member yet, definitely for less than a meal out in a fancy restaurant, or nowadays just you going through the drive-through, you get to have access to our monthly subscription. So truly everything that you would need to know and enjoyed having us here at your fingertips all day long. These are the things that we offer to our members to have them available for all the information that they need. And as Brody described it in an earlier video, that it's you pay at the price that you're at, and if you let go of the membership, you don't get to hold your same amount as you first bought into. So we just ask that it's just a bit of that payback. Literally, people paid in at $1.11 is their subscription. Now it is definitely more, but every year it increases as we increase and make new things and transition. So we just definitely say that if you feel called to journey into it now, for a whole year, it works out to cheaper than maybe sometimes what you feel you want to invest in a reading or a workshop, that you get to have us a part of your whole year instead. So like I said, it's everything that we try and offer. We hope that it's a win-win opportunity, but again, love to hear any other questions, thoughts, or ideas, or things that you didn't know or need to know about the Niche Nation or the journey, or guidance through this time. This is all open-ended for you guys to see it and believe it and hear it from the horse's mouth. So if there's anything you'd like to hear and share, we'd love to hear. We have a private message being, how did you handle the tough parts of your life being a public figure? Seeing that you posted some raw posts earlier in this year, and how do we know that you're okay? Thank you. I know that being a public person, I just want people to understand that if I'm sharing these details out with you, it's because I care for any of those that feel like they don't have a voice or don't have the support or the love that I do, or maybe feel like they're just battling a lot of this stuff alone. I feel that if I share my vulnerability and my truth to all of you, that you might feel comfortable more to advocate for yourself too, and have others maybe see that depth and that rawness, be able to be the bravery you need to share your story out too. So yes, we did have a miscarriage last year, and we really knew that there was a lot of other family and experiences that were interwoven in that. So we haven't shared the full depth and the details of all of it. But what we really wanted to share was that when, even if you have all the tools and the experiences, it's still things that you might feel and witness. So it's not that you're a failure. I know a lot of people get into those zones where I thought I was doing so good. I thought this was important. I thought this is how we were going to be better and never have to deal with pain and situations like this again. We are here to hold that support, and I just will always be honest and real and raw, and I will help you through whatever it takes. If it's a lie detector, if it's a court hearing, if it's a sentencing, a lawyer, if it's anything that happens through that, we want to be that support system through the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's just knowing that these are the things that are important for your journey moving forward. And if you're tapping out before you are willing to have that help and that support, then just trust that we will be here when it's time, unless you have really crossed some major personal or space respecting or honoring boundaries. That's the time then we just will help you with the tools at the distance that we can. So we have worked on all levels, all scenarios, all journeys. So there's not one or done of these things that have happened in the past. So we're very honest and real to bring that forward. So thank you for the kindness and the compassion. When I post those things out, it's not that I'm in those wounded states or those traumas at that point. It's just me showing what it felt like at that point. So some people sometimes feel like they've misread it when they call and say, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Yes, I am okay. I'm just offering what has been the experience so others know that they're not alone. So thank you so much for that kindness and that support also. Because I am human. It's not that I haven't had good or bad days. It was definitely a journey that I've worked with a lot of other people in that process. So it's just knowing that we want to help support that 1000%. Thank you so much, Ria, for that. I'm very thankful that I didn't shut down, not helping and supporting some really special people from back home. And I'm so thankful that you've trusted us with your journey and your family through those journeys as well. So thank you. It means the world as well. Yeah, we've really enjoyed, and like I said, you might be coming here for some of your grief work, and Ria's family is a testimony to that, that then her kids got to come and journey on a kids camp after for another time frame. So like we said, we're not just here as just the Bahumbug Eeyore experiences. We want to celebrate. We want to showcase those different excitements and those things that we do here. And that's where we just want to teach people how to really authentically live again. That's a big purpose we have at the Niche Nation. So again, like you've shared in your statement, it's so important what we get to just enjoy life in all aspects of it. So I have always said in Shanice's Niches, and we continue to say it again here at the Niche Nation, I don't want to be your 25-year, client and worker relationship. I want this to be that you are succeeding, you're getting to the places and the things that you want to achieve, and I want to clink Mai Tais on the beach with you. Now, I don't drink Mai Tais, but it was just something that I felt was catchy and wanted to share. So, those are things that we definitely want to, celebrate your wins. I want to hold the space for your losses and know how we can navigate and build so much more. It's not meant for us just to be here when it's a one and done and only when it's the problem. So we're excited to have you guys out here anytime. Hi, Sawyer. We miss you too, bud. We Mr. Brody and some kids call him the Mountain Man, with his long hair and beard when it was the kids' camp. So we that's our favorite time of the season too, when you guys all come out and drop your kids off, and we get to do some redneck fun, outdoorsy kind of stuff. So that's a lot of our inner child loves to play. So we miss you too, buddy. Catch you soon. Yeah, and also another thing that has come up too, we were talking about this in some of the work that we're doing with some of the first responders or the veterans that feel like they just don't have family or places to go home to. We really want to have somewheres at this time that, we can figure out how to have Easters or Thanksgivings or Christmases together, and hold that space. Maybe sometimes family is just not in the season in your life, or maybe it's just something that you need a change of scenery at that time. We really want to create that home atmosphere in that space. So those are things hopefully eventually we can bring forward. Obviously, with our other bookings for holidays, it sometimes gets a little harsh on where we have time and where we don't. But we're hosting during my birthday for Blossom. I know that I host my birthday all the time over on the island, but this year during the week, we're just hosting a little wild child birthday celebration. So those are things that, we've invited the people that feel like it's important in their time, or if maybe that's where you want to celebrate your birthday with us or do fun things. We always have opportunities here to enjoy, or a Christmas party or a gathering, like I said earlier in the video, that these are things we'd love to be a part of and celebrate. We want at the Niche Nation, it's equal, doing the work and celebrating equally too. So if anybody else has any ideas, thoughts, questions, feedbacks, themes, love to hear anything that you guys would have to share. And again, if you have not put in your name, tagging, and submitting for the Rise Retreat, definitely do not miss out on that opportunity, y'all. I know a lot of people are excited, but there's not many people who put their names and tags and their shares into this, so definitely get your butt in gear. Here we go. We've got a testimony from last year with Rise with Cindy. Thank you so much. And yeah, that was a one heck of a rise to definitely come in and test your fate in our your first rise. That way, you did a lot of great work and big transformations when we do these collaborations and these connections for you all. So again, thank you so much for trusting that this was a calling and an ask that your soul needed. And again, just like Rise, we also have Blossom coming up here in April. As much as I wanted to gift the April experience, it's just a little bit extra on the fees and spa and hotels that we just couldn't maybe put that in the budget this year, but maybe in a decade we'll be able to give away a Blossom experience. But the reason why the traveling retreats are a way more, it's because we're obviously dealing with extra travel, ferries, hotels, food, and spa experiences. So that's why the Blossom might look a little expensive to you this year, but We try and cover as much as we can throughout the trip, and you can definitely do all of the retreats and functions that we do on a payment plan. I can't stress that enough. So just letting you all know that that's what's available for those. But again, thank you, Cindy, for being a part of our journey, and so glad to have a future so lit up because of Rise. Okay, so I'm going to add, there was a couple more people that got their names in here. Good job, everybody. Because without you doing the work, and I am checking to see if you have gotten your shares, your likes, your posts, your views, all of that kind of stuff up on here. It's going to be hard for a couple of you to be missing out when we've posted this quite a while ago to get your shares, your tags, and your likes onto this. So again, if anybody has any stories or journeys or thoughts, as I'm just kind of tailing in here the last little bit of anybody who whoever has something to share, we'd love to hear your stories. I'm just getting the last minute here of the people that really know that this is something that's important to their world. Love to hear from you. So again, if anybody, final minutes, we are going to be closing our wheel for this opportunity. So exciting. Last seconds. There's a pretty lucky winner in this group that's going to be witnessing. So again, thank you guys so much for tagging in for today and doing a whole almost 12-hour journey with us all. And I'm just going to lock up this here and check it one more second. For any last but not least people. So how much fun did you guys have today? I know I had a freaking blast knowing that this was something that really, really was so exciting to have a part of today. Would love to hear your guys' feedback on what you thought of today. What did you learn about us here at the Niche Nation or Shanice's Niches through this process? And if any of you also want to know more about the Blossom Retreat, I have a private group that just shows you more details, but you can search it of typing in groups or on the search bar in Facebook, Blossom 2025. That has all the details. We're going to be closing our entries for because we got to book rooms and all that option. So if anybody is needing Blossom Getaway to Tofino and some ocean energy, we'd love to have you guys a part of that. So amazing. Yes, it was so good to see you guys as well. And again, if any of you are just tapping in because you've had a busy day, definitely, please, I'll be watching all the comments and messages so that I see what you guys are needing or missing out on. But definitely have this as your bucket list. We're going to be doing the draw here very soon. Hubby's listening, he said. Brody wants to win. I was like, you want to live and win with me? Oh yeah, we've got everybody that they've yeah, and then they were telling us why they would like to win that. Yeah. Awesome. Yes, no worries. I know a lot of people are working and that was an all-day affair. I was thinking of doing it yesterday on Sunday Fun Day, but I wanted to do it on the birthday. So I was being a little birthday selfish for the day. So yes, definitely please check out what you would like to hear about what we shared. Absolutely. Yes, Heather, it'd be great to have you come on down and definitely put that on your bucket trips, everybody. Let's get you guys all on some road trips for sure, 100%. And yeah, tons of replay. So again, all members and people, we're going to break it down, all of these segments, so that you guys have it a little bit easier to watch. And we did it pretty well in an hour in each kind of thing and topic. So any of that will be easy to go back and throw it on your drives to work or back, or soccer or hockey or whatever has been up in your guys' world, dance, some people visiting friends and family. Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to close this party down. And before we do, we just want to just give such gratitude and thankfulness. We're going to close this out with a big blessing and smudge. And we'll be doing some ceremonies as well here after we click off the live. And just really thankful. Could not do this work in life without you guys. So really blessed to know that this life was meant for so many miles and so many experiences, and just thankful for having this part of this world with you guys too. So thanks from near and dear and far and wide. To all of those that have been a part of the Niche Nation and the Shanice's Niches journey. It's been so great to have all of us together. And my kind of things I've been thinking about today, I'd love to have the next decade be kind of a big gathering. Maybe we can have it either in here or a conference center. Maybe it's at a new location. Who the heck knows? 10 years. That's like we said, it seems very far away, but very close on what are some of the actions and the equations we can have coming up. Another thing that I feel that is important is just knowing that without your feedback, your following, and your information, I know sometimes we just get really, really, really caught in saying, oh, next time, oh, maybe this, oh, maybe that. We've got so many things that are here for you now. So I'd really hope that as you're kind of looking at this next chapter in your life, is how much longer am I going to keep saying, I'll get to it, or I'll wait, or it'll be something that happens one day. We'd love to work with you and have that experience to help you navigate whatever is the celebrations or devastations in life, and we would really love to work with the things that are in between as well. So if there's something that you did not hear or know or think or see or now witness that this is what we do, I'm so excited that today's little info and celebration day really helped maybe start to expand more of what we do here and for us to celebrate this birthday. So I'm really excited that we got to take this time all day long to nurture and be a part of so much more fun and excitement. So I left this ending a bit just kind of open because I was hoping that whatever needed to be shown or seen, that a lot of people really wanted to start to just make a huge difference into this world. And I think a lot of people also want to see that as we start to transition in a big chapter here soon with the Niche Nation, that we're starting to realize that everything that is a part of our world, we can't do it without all of you too. So again, that gratitude and that space you all have held, it's really, really impeccable for knowing we get to have so much more excitement and choice in our next chapter together. So if there was something that you really enjoyed and are thankful to see, I'd love to hear more of what that opportunity looks like. And again, we don't just do women's retreats, we don't just do men's retreats, we don't just do kids retreats. You know, we do all kinds of different things. So we have a family day event happening on May 2nd to the 4th that we're doing out here at the Rock Lake Earth Lodge. We have an authors retreat, so that's co-ed. We've got our Blossom retreat that is women's only. We do have some men experiences and vision quests for men's rite of passage coming up here in the works. We got fly tying retreats and fly fishing. We've got kids camps in August. You know, there's just so much great life experiences here at Rock Lake Earth Lodge and at the Niche Nation. So we just don't want anybody ever shutting it down and missing out that opportunity. So with that all being said, are we truly, truly, truly ready to experience and have this ticket won today? Let's hear it in the comments. Who's all active and who's all right, everybody. Looks like my mic might have died. 2 seconds.
Oh, it did die.
Did it die? Can we fix it? I'm on this.
Just go.
All right, everybody. We are back in action. Okay, so everybody who is here. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you can hear us. All right, so we've got tons of people saying that they're here. They're here. Awesome. Okay, so drum roll, please. So again, these are people who did all the steps. Now I know there was quite a bit of steps, but this is a pretty exciting special ticket that we wanted to have. So I am going to We're good to go? We're gonna shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And see if I can get this a little closer without unplugging everything. All right. Here we go. Adrian! Amazing! You won a Rise ticket, my dear. Adrian, you won. I guess it pays to play, everybody. The lucky winner is Adrian. Now, you can't make this stuff up. Amazing. So great. I know. That's literally, somebody would think we would have rigged that today. All right. Well, congratulations. So exciting that we've got so many people ready to rock and rumble. Exciting. Great job. Well, obviously, it's meant to be for you to receive. So that is our birthday wish and giveaway for all those that had participated in today and have done some big work. And thank you again for all those that maybe didn't technically win something. Always keep posted. You know that I am always loving to give away and donate. So just know that don't ever second guess or think that there's nothing to win. We always want to give away and bring some sort of blessing to all those. So thank you for an amazing day. It has been one heck of a 10-year journey. And my green glitter is saying that tonight is enough. So all the luck of the Irish to you and the blessings and all of the joy. And as we always say, until next time. So thanks, everybody. Again, huge shout out and blessings and winnings to Adrian for the Rise. Thanks, everybody. Chat soon. Please let us know your biggest takeaways. And if you're on replay, take care. Bye-bye.